Oi! Welcome into today's video. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to utilize the trading sessions, okay? So the New York, the London, the Asia, I go over everything and I teach you how to utilize it because too many people don't understand how to use it, and it is so important, and I need to teach you guys how to use it. So yeah, that's what's going to be inside of this video. But first, I got to show you guys a couple clips from this past week inside of school, trading in the inner circle, absolutely banking. Guys, this is my second 5-figure week. Absolutely beautiful. Dude, this week has been so crazy. PA has been insane. Trump is continuously crashing the market, but I can't lie, I'm not even pissed off. This is a generational buying opportunity, and I'm making so much off of shorts. You guys do not understand. So I'm going to show you guys a couple clips from this week. Pretty sick week, I would say. I tried to film a day in the life like 3 times this week, but it's literally been flooding in my city, and like I can't drive like anywhere, it feels like. So yeah, I'm just gonna be showing up a couple clips from this week of, you know, me trading inside of school and banking. Super hyped to show you guys, so let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so we already took one trade today. Up 1,265 on that trade right there. Did you see that?
How'd you predict that type shit?
Manipulation lower, traded back into the IFEG.
What time frame on IFEG?
1 minute. And then we longed at this black candle right here. We longed right there, and we took profit literally up here. But it ran. Yeah, profited, but it ran. It ran so much higher, but I don't really care. So, I think I did bottom take that actually. So,
can I short this?
I took that black candle at the very bottom and then longed it from there. 2 accounts are here. Holy crap. Slowly scaling, taking profit. This one I'm leaving to run longer. This is on a funded account, by the way. Check this out.
Oh, they just saw everything?
We're up 1,600 on the day. We're chilling. I'm gonna continue to let this trade run. Why is he's screwing in the clip, bro? Hey, excuse me, bro. Woo. Oh, I didn't mean to stop myself out. That's just a healthy retracement type. Okay, anyways. Alright. So we're 1,300 on the day on this account. And this account, we're still in today's trade. We shorted the 30-second with 5 micros and hit 116 points. And we called this one out on the server, 105 points. Got way too quiet, bro.
I'll talk to you.
Thanks, bro. And then I longed one more time. 1,300, 1,300, 1,400, 1,584.
They go back and watch this shit, they're like, who the fuck is next to you?
So yeah. I don't know what to do, bro.
This is the future, you guys.
It's like tracking you, bro. You see how clean that worked?
Oh.
Wait, does it track like everywhere?
I can, bro. Anyways, so we're up around $4,570 today. Check it.
We got 3 minutes, guys.
These fake ass Jordans, bro. I don't know whoever sold these bitches were free.
But yeah, those were some of the highlights from this week. People are banking in the inner circle. Real quick, I'm just gonna show off some of their gains real quick. Oh yeah, look at all that. Dang, people are cooking up in here. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. A little 2.4K day. Secured a 1.2K payout. Bang, 1.2K payout. Ready? Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Bang, another 1.2K payout. Max daily profit achieved. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but bro is cooking. So yeah, everybody's been banking this week, and I personally took 3 payouts from Take Profit Trader. Daily payouts, best firm out there right now. Right now they're running a 30% off evaluation and then no activation fee. But yeah, they're doing daily payouts, no maximum payout, none of that. Absolutely beautiful. And yeah, and next week I'm going to be taking 2 withdrawals from my funded futures that I basically already have locked in and guaranteed. And then hopefully some more Take Profit Trader payouts. But yeah guys, let's go ahead and get into teaching you guys how to utilize the sessions. Alrighty guys, so let's go ahead and get into understanding sessions. Okay, so there's gonna be two types of basically session setups that I'm looking for, okay? So the first one, you're going to see accumulation, manipulation, distribution given by the setups, okay? Or sorry, the sessions. Now, the next one, you will see price setup, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, where you're using either New York session or London session as basically your structure, okay? And I'll show you what I mean. So let's go ahead and just start off with the first example I gave. So we have accumulation is always going to happen inside of Asia if you're looking for this kind of profile slash setup, okay? How do we identify this? This is basically when there's low volume and price is just kind of accumulating. There's not really a solid direction with price, okay? So what we're going to look for, we're going to mark out the Asia high and the Asia low. Okay, I know I kind of just said that backwards as I was drawing it, but yeah, you know what I mean. So we have Asia high, then we have Asia low. What does London do? Okay, London sets in the manipulation for the day because what does price do? Price basically runs, and if we want to count this 615, go for it. Price runs right under the Asia low, so that takes liquidity. That's the false break, tricking people, and that's the market's form of, you know, creating the false breakout, the Judas swing, whatever you want to call it, okay? Then we have a nice IFVG setup inside of London that you could have longed, and that could have been setup of the day. All right, so what do you see? Basically, price makes a false break. It makes its accumulation in Asia. It makes its manipulation in London. It then makes its official distribution inside of New York. Now, here's one thing I've been noticing is that whenever you see days like this happen, you will notice that a lot of the time, for some reason, New York likes to rebalance to equilibrium price of London session. Okay, so New York likes to rebalance to equilibrium price of London. Now, what do I mean by that? What you're going to do, take your standard deviation tool. Here is mine. I'll show it to you if it wants to load. Okay, that's my standard deviation tool right there. And those are the settings that I use, so copy that down, take a screenshot, whatever you need. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to mark out the low of London. We're going to mark out the high of London. Price likes to trade down, and I believe if we do a 0.618 on this, price is going to trade inside of the 618, but let's see. Yeah, price traded back into the 0.618. That's just an additional confluence that you can use, is that 0.618 when using standard deviations. So yeah, alrighty. So now look at how basically standard deviation sets up the rest of the day. Now, I'm not saying that I use this standard deviation as my main targets for the day. I'm just saying that when you see price respect standard deviations, the Fibonacci retracement, it's giving you additional confluence and making you basically kind of feel better about your bias or, you know, that kind of stuff. Okay, so look how price is respecting 618, respects equilibrium, price trades back into London high, dips back, just keeps trading upwards, kind of following the outline of the standard deviation. Okay, so yeah, so that's where you set in your accumulation in Asia, then you have your manipulation in London, and then you're going to have your distribution inside of New York. Okay, so in this case, your bias would literally be long strictly off of using the session profiles. So accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So your distribution would be the opposite of manipulation. The manipulation was set in London. The manipulation was shorts because price displaced for the low, trying to basically, you know, fake out people, make people think that we're breaking out lower. But yeah, so the distribution is going to be the opposite of manipulation. Okay, guys, so I'm going to use the next day as the example here. As you can see, not cherry picking. I'm literally just going to the exact next day. Okay, that was the previous example. Here's the next one. All right. Let's look at what price does. We set in an Asia session right here. So our Asia session is not necessarily accumulation, okay? It's kind of a steady incline here. We do accumulate towards the end. All right, so basically we never want to trade Asia. Okay, I have traded Asia the past couple months. I've traded it a little bit and I've been successful with it, but it's not very reliable if you're trying to use this, okay? So we look at Asia session, we see what that puts in. That's going to start our framework. Now let's see what happens during London. Okay, and keep in mind, I'm going to do this because it's what I do. We're going to mark out Asia high, and then we're going to mark out Asia low. So as you can see, we had our Asia, and now we have our London session putting in some more framework of the day. Okay, So what does London do? It displaces lower. Okay, so it doesn't liquidity sweep Asia low and then run for Asia high. Okay, that's important to recognize, all right? So now we're putting in our London low. It's just price is trading, taking liquidity under this swing low right here. So it's just trading lower. Now we are going to wait for New York session to open for our framework. Okay, this will tell us if it's going to be one of these kinds of days or if it's going to be a day where you can trade the AMD inside of New York, basically. So let's see what happens. So we're going to mark this out, London low. Okay, and then also we're going to mark out London high. Let's see what happens. Okay, look at how price almost ran London low, but it acted as a manipulation tactic. Okay, so it manipulated to form another manipulation. Okay, look what price does though. Price runs London high, then it runs Asia high. See how it barely does it? It's creating a false break. So it's tricking people. It's doing a Judas swing. So as you can see, we still have London low down here. We have Asia high and London high. All right, that just got taken at around 10:45 a.m., 11 a.m. All right, so now I'm going to be looking for potential short opportunities to rebalance some of these fair value gaps. Okay, so let's just mark out a fair value gap down here. Now we're going to be looking for some sort of entry model here. Let's see. We might be able to get an AEM. Let's check all the time frames, the lower time frames at least. Okay. Actually looks like we might be getting an AEM model right here. All right, so we have a price retrace. So let's see, I'll sell off one here. And now price is basically, we're looking at price to basically trade back into this fair value gap down here. Let's see. Took a minute, but there we go. Okay, so basically the concept I'm using here is that we're either going to look for accumulation in Asia, manipulation in London, distribution in New York, and we do see that here. We do see an accumulation in Asia, a manipulation in London, and a distribution in New York. Okay, but you can also utilize not just using New York as a distribution, where in this case, like price basically just only went up. In this case, price went up and we went down to rebalance imbalance, okay, or an imbalance, okay? So there's two ways to trade it. You can either trade like this, like you could trade the long in New York session off open, basically, or you could try to wait for some sort of reversal like I did here for probably, better conditions, okay? So that's another way you can trade this. Alrighty, so that was going to be the last example, but I accidentally clicked this like play button down here, and then I saw a good one play out, so I might as well just show you guys. Look, all right, we have Asia high, Asia low, previous New York high, all right, so previous day high. Yeah, let's see what happens when London opens. Okay, so look what price does. Price runs up, almost hits Asia high. It's very important, it almost does it. So Asia high is still left unswept. Then price runs Asia low, so we can delete that. What does price do in London? All right, we're taking out from this IRL inside of previous New York session. Now, IFEG higher. Now, look what price does. In London, we run Asia high. We did form an SMT right here, apparently. And now it looks like our next target is going to be New York, previous New York high. All right, so let's see what happens when New York opens. Okay, so we took out previous New York high inside of London. It looks like price is already setting up for an AMD setup right here. Now, let's see what happens during New York. Okay, New York's already taken London high. Let's see what happens. Okay, price is wicking lower. All right, that's a sign of resistance. Let's do a fib, see if price trades into equilibrium. Okay, we didn't, but we're trading in to close to equilibrium. All right, and we're also filling imbalances on the way down. All right, super important. Now it looks like price is running higher, and by 10:15, if we wait for 11, we'll see. Okay, then there's 10:30. All right, if we do not reverse by 11, we're most likely going to continue higher. Okay, All right, looks like we did have a slight reversal here during 11. Let's do a little projection, find out our equilibrium price. All right, price is floating around 618.5. Alrighty, so as you can see, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Alrighty, so there you guys have it. That is what you need to know about sessions. There is a class that I have done inside of the Inner Circle where I go over about an hour and a half's worth of examples on this. So if you guys want to see that, the link of that is in the bio. So yeah, so there you guys have it. That's sessions for you. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, join the free Discord community in my description. Yeah, ask any questions. Hit me with the DM. Hit me with the DM on Instagram. I see those a lot more, to be honest, at GS Trades on Instagram. So there you guys have it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And yeah, also, if you guys have any video ideas, leave them in the comment section, or once again, hit me up on Instagram or Discord, any of that. So yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.